Hey guys, so I'll give it a shot at making this video under 10 minutes. Basically, I want to talk about today my experiences with the substance known as DMT. I'm making this video just because I want to contribute to the information and knowledge that is already out there. I think it's very important that these things remain accessible to the public. The more we know about, the more we can awaken ourselves. DMT is a reminder of something that is missing in Western culture, and that is the sacredness, the spirituality, and the magic in this world that we have seemed to have forgotten about. I'd like the person watching this video to keep an open mind as they watch it, to ask questions for sure, but to empty their glass and just absorb what I'm saying and to ponder it and to go explore and do research for themselves before making any hasty assumptions. And let's try to keep our internet etiquette when we're putting the comments on this video. So to start with, where does my experience begin? Well, as a young person, I'm still quite young, but as a teenager, I had issues with depression. I was never one for partying or substances. I just had my own mental issues. I was very intelligent, very introverted, very creative, and I had been living on my own at a very young age. And at 17, I don't think I was in a healthy state of being. Having said that, I was always a very curious person. Coming from a scientific background, I was a very critical thinker and very much an atheist. But DMT sort of changed me a bit. When I tried it first, I tried it not in the best setting, but the experience still had a profound impact on me. And at that time, I was new to psychedelics and how to deal with them or understand them. But after I took DMT, I did a wealth of research on the drug. I was so intrigued. I wanted to learn more. And at the same time, I was starting to get into Eastern philosophy, meditation, Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, and I found that a lot of my experiences with DMT align themselves to these spiritualities, and that for me was fascinating because before I had no idea what these yogis were on about. And in part it led me to come to my travels to Asia and my study of things like yoga. I actually just got back from a very long journey from Thailand after being in Asia, mostly India and Nepal. Now I'm back in the lovely city of New York. It feels good to be back home, but I'm hoping to take the lessons that I've learned and apply them to my life back in the States. So anyway, back to DMT. So I took it when I was quite young, and my experience with it was that I felt as if I was breaching through a membrane. Mind you, these experiences are hard to describe. It's nothing like anything we've known before. You hear colors and sounds, but it's not like watching a movie or having something solid in front of you. This is an altered state of consciousness. So everything is beyond the imagination. It's like explaining colors to a blind man. You just have to know it to know it. And when I'm talking, I'm only giving you a shade of what it actually is to take DMT. So I felt like I was breaching through a membrane, and I had the breakthrough experience. I felt like I was in a place that was incredibly ancient, yet incredibly futuristic. And there's this sense of sacredness about it, this holiness about it. Things were moving rapidly. I heard auditory hallucinations. The auditory hallucinations sounded like angelical music, like water trickling, and it was extremely beautiful, this incredible, majestic world. And at the same time, I had this overwhelming sense that yes, I've been here before. I returned here in my sleep. I've been here before I was born. I was coming back home in a sense, and many people that have taken DMT can relate to this. And that gave me a faith that what I was knowing right now while in this DMT realm was something true, not merely a hallucination, but in fact that my conventional reality was closer to a dream, and there's something very authentic about this. Further experimentations with DMT led me to find out that for me there was 4 states that one could achieve with the chemical. That the first state was something similar to your average trip on mushrooms or acid. If you take a small inhale, or if you don't let your mind go, you need to quiet down your thoughts sometimes to let yourself break through. But the first state is just things are moving, there's prisms and colors, the usual, very trippy. The second stage is what I call the vision stage or the dream stage, because you have these images that you produce from your mind flash before you. For me, I saw this lovely giant oak, but instead of leaves there were butterflies, and they were flapping and fluttering, and the sun was dappling on them. It was beautiful. But things like that, just very creative, very glowing, very haunting images. After that is the breakthrough. That's when you go into the DMT realm. As I said, you can feel like you're passing through a wall, a membrane, or some people say they feel like they're going through a tunnel. Once you dissolve into this world, you'll probably experience something like talking to angels or gods or aliens, whatever you want to call them, just these entities, these higher beings, and they have a tendency to give messages, and you may or may not remember these messages, but you have a sense that they were incredibly important, and which is frustrating if you forget what they say, because it's not as if they're talking clearly in English. It's just feelings and rushing things passing through your consciousness, and that's all out there. It's really something that is difficult to articulate. I wish I could just take you and put you in my eyes and show you what I've known, but in the end you have to find out for yourself. It restored my faith in magic and the mystery of the universe. So I say to anyone, please do as much research as you can on it before you try it. This is not for partying. This won't solve your problems. You may come out the same asshole. It depends what you take back for it, as any lesson in life. But it can have a big impact on anyone. I think it usually does. But it can really open your mind, broaden your mind. So look into it. Look into it before you criticize it. And then make a best assessment to your best ability, and why not try it? Why not go to South America and take part in an Ayuaschsa ceremony, which also has DMT as the main psychoactive in its brew? um, Explore. This is a means of discovering the capacity of your mind, and it will take you away from the hard habits that your mind has built, and it will show you things that are new. It's a journey, it's traveling. So thank you for watching. I hope I didn't talk too much, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you.